No,
Oh,
I'm kidding.
regular. You're regular too.
Super cranky. Super cranky. Super cranky. Super cranky.
First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the morgue. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. S-I-N-A.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Thank you so much for joining us. Sunday night live stream, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on YouTube, the Big Llama Show. It is 2023, season 3 of this experiment, this project, and the project is done with none other than my co-host extraordinaire, Blackout AD. Happy New Year, my friend. How are you today?
I forgot I had this.
I saw it in the corner of my eye down there. I'm like, what is he wearing? I couldn't see it like clearly.
Yeah.
But
I never get in a festive mood, so I gave you one at least. Here you go. Boom.
You gave me at least one, so I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Another thing, I never, those seasons that I see it in the title always, and I was always like, how does he determine a season? But now I get it. It's a new year.
Yeah. We're just going by years, like, because if you go try by like the classic TV standard of what a season is, it's all fucked up. So I was like, all right, if we're in year 3, season 3. Then,
but do you think now when people look back, after we blow up and this becomes one of the biggest shows on YouTube, they're gonna be like season 3, episode 82, and then they're gonna be like, "Where's the first 81 episodes of season 3?"
I might have to rework those numbers. You're right. I might have to rework those numbers. Got Gabe up here in the chat.
Roman 2 Raw himself.
Exactly. Happy New Year to Gabe. Thank you, sir.
He shall be here in a week. Him and Birdie, they're touching down. So there's going to be some live content out of the so far Blackout Studios.
I can't wait. Just kidding. Send me updates, pictures, post them because I want to see what you guys are doing. If not, FaceTime me. Maybe I could just join you virtually.
We do it old school. I'll set up we have a couch downstairs. We'll set up a camera facing the couch and we'll just all sit there. Talk shit.
There you go. We'll talk to it. Gabe wants to let everybody know. Go Cowboys. Okay, that's all right with me. Gabe will be outside January 12th.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what this trip's gonna be. Blackout takes over Denver, part 2, because we had like the original was like Big Homie, Hen Dog. They came once, so now it's like the new gen of Blackout coming. It's pretty cool.
Gabe says, he says I will be going live on Twitch while I'm out there.
I think we're all
Okay.
going to live.
You're going to be providing some kind of content while you're out there for sure. All right. So from the show perspective, I just want to always give you guys the latest and greatest. If you have not seen it, it's blowing up, which is good. The Kung Fu Hustle reaction came out on Tuesday. Really, really excited. Got a lot of comments on it. And as a result of that video, I've already recorded my next video, which will be dropping hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Shaolin Soccer, which is the same director, Stephen Chow. So that's already in the hopper. And I'm debating my next recording session, which is tomorrow, whether I do another James Bond movie, which I'm not sure of. I'm just debating on that one. Like, is it a James Bond movie or is it something else?
What about the podcast?
Oh, no. Oh, so good call. I actually reached out to Manny from Chamorro, and he wanted to do a Disney movie. And so I asked him for some time this week to do either Aladdin or Lion King. He's going to get back to me in his availability. And I think I still have in the hopper Godfather 2. That's something I need to coordinate. And I'm just excited. I mean, we got a lot of good content coming up. Again, and I'm doing shorts. So if you guys have seen some of those shorts, again, I always thank my collaborators. Like, I was just doing movie scenes and AD gave me a talking to. He said, "Hey man, how about you put your face out there, man?" And I love it, man. I love it because it's right. It gives traction to the channel and people can see it. And those are blowing up. So I'm almost at 600 subscribers on my clips channel, and I've gained, I'm almost there, and I gained a bunch. I'm at almost over 1,600, almost 1,620 on the main channel. So just really thankful for that. So
you're over 2,000 subs in total, really, realistically?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. And growing. Oh, thank you. Growing on TikTok, growing on Reels on Instagram. Like I'm trying to do it all. So, and it's the same consistent content. So it's stuff that's about the channel and movies and things. So I'm really, really excited. I really had a great week mentally this week in terms of thinking about the future of the channel. And it really was about, and New Year's makes you, kind of emotional and gushy about like all new things to come. But I honestly was doing some real, like thinking like the same type of way I was when I first started the channel, which is I'm excited for the prospect of the future of this channel, right? Like I was at first and I still am, but now I'm like, okay, here's what I'm going to, like, I have a clear path of things I want to do.
Yeah.
So just really excited. What's funny is one of the things that I find myself doing on the channel, and I know I'm always the emotional one on this channel. I'm the yin, you're the yang, right? Like it's you bring me down to earth for sure. But you know what? I noticed myself, and this is bad because now I'm becoming very anxious not about the channel, but I'm becoming very anxious about watching movies with the family. Not that I can't express emotion, but fucking everything is giving me emotion. I'm just getting old, man. And in my old age, I'm just feeling like everything hits different, everything hits hard. And so I had posted one about Big Bird dying, not Big Bird dying, like there was a death on Sesame Street on a documentary I was watching, and I was bawling. I was bawling at the end, and I was like, man, this guy died like 35 years ago, and I remember seeing it as a kid. But yeah, I've just noticed that like every reaction, like, and even my kids, like the little one, he's like, "Dad, when you're crying, is it real?" Like, I'm like, dude, it's what I can't express when I'm sitting next to you. And I tell him that's the truth. It's like, I sit there and do the reaction and I feel more comfortable crying alone in this room where I'm about to share this image.
Yeah.
than I do sitting next to a loved one. And that's really weird, but it's the truth. Like that's, you know, I've been telling myself all this week, and I haven't built up the courage to do it. I want to go see the movie The Whale, and I know it's an emotional roller coaster, but I want to see it alone because I know I'm going to be boohoo crying on that thing. And it's just it's a weird thing with me. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
kind of share how like it's like therapy for me, this channel, and I love it. So
Stop crying
Go
on
ahead.
screen, dude.
There you go. That's what I
Come
needed.
on. What are we talking about, dude?
You're again the yin to my yang. Like you're the fucking doorstop. Like I'm about to open the door, you fucking put your foot on the door. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Llama.
Come on, dude. Embarrassing us. No, I mean, realistically though, it's cool that you can express your feelings, and honestly, showing your sons that they can as well, like, or they should, because
Mhm.
I mean, in I know your generation, our generation, like we were taught to like hold our feelings back and be strong, and we can never express how we feel. And like, I really realize it with like a lot of my friends. We're able to express our feelings even between each other. Like you see how we talk to each other. If we're mad, we're gonna tell you we're mad. If we're
Right.
feeling bad, if we're feeling down or whatever, the homie's always there with, like, to have conversations, and like, we'll joke around and shit, but we have those real moments too. I think throughout blackout, everybody has, or at least me personally, I have a relationship with everybody where like it does seem that way, where you can have those real moments with your friends, which is you need it, like especially doing this like content stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of draining. Like we were talking beforehand how just my goals, like once school's done and stuff, but like I realized how draining it was when I haven't streamed in a couple months consistently. I think I've only gone like 30 hours the most. But there was a point where I was doing 70 plus every month. And like
Yeah.
now I really understand like what it did to my mental. Cause at one point there was like me being down about it. I was like, damn, like, is it because I'm like overworking it? So now I know when I start up again, I can actually do it in a better way, and honestly try to preserve my mental and be able to like, I mean, I think having someone emotional like you,
Yeah.
I can cry in front of you and you'll be all right.
Yeah. You
You'll
haven't
cry
yet.
with
But
me. You'll
I'll
definitely
cry with you for sure. If you start
I don't
crying, I'm
want
gonna be
that.
crying, man. We don't want that shit. One of us has got to balance. We can't just let it go. No, but honestly,
I think that would be a funny skit actually.
oh my
When I
God.
move back, we're in the studio recording, crying, and then Big Poppy Andrew walks in, like about to do the llama show, like, "What's going on?" and just walks out.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that would be great. That would be great. But you know what? Listen, man, I would tell you the shame that I feel, and this is again, we're getting deep early in the show, but that's all right. The shame that I feel is when I'm sitting next to someone or my wife or the kids, is that's my father. That's like my dad telling me you're less than a man. Like stop crying, stop being a ninny, as he would call me. So it's like, like when I'm sitting there, I'm like tearing up and I'm like holding it in. But when I'm here doing the show in the channel and I'm watching the movie, I let it all out because there's nobody here to judge. Now, again,
But you
the
put it
weird
out.
part is,
Yeah, it's like you put it
is I'm
out.
putting it out there. But once it's on camera, once it's recorded, once it's there, I feel very good with it because you know what? It's real emotion. It's me. That's how I felt in that moment. And I don't necessarily have to answer for it, like the family doesn't ask me about it, except for that one time when little Llama said, "Is that real?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, it's real." So it's just a weird dynamic. Again, that's me using my this platform as therapy. So I thank you, my therapist, Dr. Blackout. Let's see. Ace is here. Ace said,
What
"Yo."
it do?
And Gabe said, "Just don't look at AD when he cries. Don't look at him.
I don't know what that means.
Don't look at me."
Must have been
puppy."
a drunk night. Don't fucking look at me cry. I'm ugly. I'm hideous.
Turn away. Turn away. Oh man. So did you do anything for New Year's other than work?
No, I worked. And then I went and got drinks after, but I just went to like Applebee's, hung out with my favorite bartender, got a steak. I was like,
So okay.
and there was
So
nobody in the bar. There was nobody there. Midnight hit and nobody was there. I was like, fitting.
So it's okay. So I have to ask. It's the Chronicles of the Bartender. Like I am like deep into this relationship. Every time you mention it, I'm cataloging what what you're saying, how many drinks you took. So you had lunch with your girl. you had dinner with your girl and some drinks.
There was no girl.
Your favorite bartender, you said.
This dude.
Oh, so,
yeah, we talk sports and stuff, dude. Of course not. Of course not.
I thought this was a girl that you were going to go see.
No.
Oh, here I am invested in this relationship.
Yeah. It's like, to me, the bartender is like your barber, you know? Like, hey, when he's not there, it's not the same experience. When he's there, we talk about everything, you know what I mean? Like he does card collecting and stuff like that. So I'm like fascinated because he goes to like the conventions. I'm like, damn, like I actually kind of want to go to these because I'm sure you can find like some cool memorabilia. But no, what are you talking about? Llama thought I had a love story with one bartender. Just go there and get sloppy drunk. I fucking like you. I love you.
Well, I was gonna pay Birdie and these guys to go talk to that bartender for you, but now they know who it is.
I told Bird I told Bird and the bartender I was like, I'm bringing my homie here for sure. He has to come.
Oh, so okay, so he's gonna meet the special homie, the special homie.
He's like my barber, bro, but my bartender.
That's all right. Hey, everyone has a bartender.
Let's see. I think you lied.
I don't. I'm just trying to be part of the conversation. Gabe says here, it was a drunk. So he's explaining the crying. Don't look at me when I'm crying. It was a drunk night. He was crying with his mother, and he was offended because I was watching.
Yeah, because I was having an emotional moment. This guy was just staring at me like, "Fucking walk away, dude. I'm talking to my mom."
Gabe, don't be a voyeur in that situation, buddy. Don't.
And then comes and makes fun of me for you. See, this is why men. Perfect example why men cannot show any emotion around their homies. Look, exactly. Right there, that kid's a toxic kid.
That's it. Well, he's still young in his.
Yeah, he's you know what I mean, toxic kid.
He's still toxic. Oh my god. So I now that you mentioned toxic, I'll mention the toxic lobby I was in.
Wow. You said something?
No. I learned my lesson. Okay. Just have fun with it. So I'm playing, and this guy, I guess he was a clear microphone. He must have been streaming, and he was like, narrating shit, right? And he goes, he's like, I don't care what anybody says. The Big Llama Show is a funny ass name. Right? And I'm like, oh, fuck. And so he's like, yeah, that's the funniest fucking name I've seen all night. That's great. I'm like, oh my God. This
you should have plugged in YouTube.
Well, no, I went on and I was like, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Worked fairly hard on that name. And I went out. and then he just stopped talking. He didn't say anything else after that. Now he was talking shit to everybody else. But I was like, oh damn, that was my chance to plug the show, and I did not. I should have been like,
why do you get so nervous talking to these people online, dude?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird, again, I'm a weird cat.
This guy's antisocial over the line, bro. He's like if he doesn't talk, Llama really doesn't talk unless we're there.
No, I don't. I'm telling you, I'm like petrified. But like,
one time you got roasted.
I did get roasted for talking shit, but like it's just one of those weird things where I know they don't know who I am, and I know they can't figure out who I am, but they feel like they know me, like hey man, fuck you. I'm like, oh shit, they know who I am. Oh god, turn it off, reset. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm having fun, man. I'm just having fun with everything, man. And that's the thing. 2023, everybody says new year, new you, that type of shit. I believe in that to an extent, right? You're gonna do the same old shit, but it's not a bad time to come up with new goals and new things that you want to do. So if that's you guys, if you're in the chat, tell us your resolutions, or if you want to tell us what your resolutions are, that's fine. But yeah, man, mine is to continue to have fun with the channel, man. Mine is to continue to grow the channel and just keep having fun, because I'm on a roll where I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah. And you know me, I go up and down.
This guy is my emotional wreck. Roller coaster.
I am. That's why you're my therapist. That's why you're my guy.
I get it, man. But yeah, I think keep doing what you're doing, man. clearly, especially with the clips thing, that kind of surprises me, like how fast that one's
crazy.
growing. But I mean, again, don't let it get to your head to the point where you think you have to grow this fast too, because
No.
you seen
I
what
know.
happened early on when
Yeah,
he was
no,
started
I know
growing.
now the pitfalls and of like watching. So I'm just watching it just because of pure amazement. I'm like, because honestly, I can't do anything with it. Like I love that it's growing, and it's a great experiment, and it's a great way to test out, like content, right? Like now, what I'm doing now is I'm putting it on the main channel, seeing how it explodes, if it explodes, and then secondary putting it on the clips channel, see if that, if it's just a clips thing or is it me?
But I
And
think you should also clip. Me personally, I think you should also clip like pieces of like the best parts of your movie reviews and post
yeah, oh
just
no, yeah,
those. Like even
that
if
those
it's only
and
like 2 minute, 3 minute videos.
yeah, that comes. The only bad thing is it comes with a lot of time, but because it's easier to clip. Did you know? But no, you're right. You're right. Like
But I
there's some
think
things I
do it
can
while you're editing. Like you're
just
already
grab a clip.
watching. Yeah, you're already watching what's good and not. And then when you finish, just take a note of like what your favorite part is. Clip
Oh
it
yeah.
out as well because that's how. I mean, when I was posting videos, I would clip straight from the video. Like, all right, I like this part. I'll post it to post everywhere else.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm actually learning how to clip things on TikTok and different like clean. So it's a whole learning process for me. I see we got 5 people in the
Yep. As soon
watching
as you
the
said something.
stream. And as soon as I said, guys, make sure you hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. If you want to ask us questions or if you have any comments, we'd love to shout you out. So let's keep doing that. Okay, so it is 2023, brand new year. I kind of just was looking, and we were talking earlier before we started the show. There's some highly anticipated movies and things that are happening in 2023. So we're going to just kind of go through a couple of them and just kind of go down the list. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes, and it says there's the top 35 most anticipated movies of 2023. See if I can share this. Maybe that'll give us a little bit more of a. Let's see. Share my screen. Let's do that. And let's share this screen.
This guy's speaking in old people.
Shut I can't stand you sometimes, man. It's driving me fucking crazy. I love doing this show with you, man. I love it. All right, so 2023, we got the top 35 most anticipated movies of 2023.
Bet your number one's Fast and Furious 50.
For 2023? Let's see.
Whatever. I forgot what number though.
Well, we're in January, so the first one is Magic Mike's Last Dance.
They're making
You taking the homies to that one?
Yeah,
they're gonna make a new one.
watch. Yo, actually, let me throw Bird under the bus. He's like, I think he told me about this. Actually, now it makes sense why he brought it up. But I'm pretty sure he said they're making a new Magic Mike, and I was like, okay. He's like, nah. To be honest, the first one was actually pretty good. I was like, what? He was like, no, it was actually a pretty decent movie. I was like, oh. Bro, you talk shit about fucking Marvel, but you're gonna come and tell me Magic Mike 1 was good?
Well,
yeah,
again,
me and the homies definitely gotta go watch Channing Tatum.
Exactly, and listen, I have an excuse to watch Magic Mike. My wife, has seen Magic Mike, and I have watched it with her. But 1 wasn't too bad. 2, absolute trash.
This guy, you're telling me 1 wasn't bad? You guys really want me to watch this one? I'm about to do a reaction.
You should go do a reaction. There you go.
Let me do it for the channel. Let me do it for your channel.
Okay. You can watch it together. 2 guys watching Magic Mike.
No, I'm not watching it with you, dude. I'll record it and send you where you just post it.
All right. We can do that.
I'm not watching it with you, dude. This guy, yo, you asking me on a date, Llama? Please.
Please, AD, let's go watch Magic Mike together.
I'll get you popcorn.
Don't get the bucket with the hole in the
buttering me up.
Big Rich says, "Orale, what's cracking, homies? Hope you all had a great holiday season. Happy New Year. You guys drinking or blazing or what?"
Hey, you already know I'm medicated.
I'm sipping on the easy stuff, so I'm good to
He's
go.
drinking water, dude.
Exactly. Come on, man. It's Sunday
Well,
night.
Happy New Year, Rich.
Happy New Year, Rich, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
Rich does a lot of reaching out to other channels and stuff. So he's put me on a couple channels. So thanks, Rich, for the recommendations for sure. Okay. So Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Not interested. Thumbs down.
Thumbs down on that.
Keep
one.
it going. But you want to watch this? You're excited
you sure?
for this one, huh?
I am not excited for that one.
I'm smoking in this one. This guy's crazy.
Let's see.
Oh, that's this year.
And the Wasp. Yes.
That's my highly anticipated movie.
Yeah,
100%.
February 17th.
Oh, nice. Yeah. 100%. I want to see this. We're gonna actually get to see Kang the Conqueror introduced.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm pretty sure Creed's coming out this year as well. I'm pretty excited for like Jonathan Majors. Like, he's such a good actor. I've like recently got onto him. Like, I mean, obviously past Loki, but like I've been really excited to see like his performances in Creed because like the trailers actually look really good. Michael B. Jordan is directing it, so I'm also interested to see what like how his take on a movie would be. You know, but Jonathan Majors, I think, is gonna have a breakout year with these two roles.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Creed's out in March and Ant-Man is out in February. But yeah, I mean, Jonathan Majors is like, you know, I always think of things in cycles. Like, I think actors go through cycles where they're hitting hard, like they're in every other movie. And then, you know, they either take a break or just, and I don't even know how the timing works on it, but he is the it guy right now. But his acting is superb. Like in the stuff that I've seen him in, it's next level. So you know, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I heard a lot of rumblings that it's an Avengers type level movie, you know, where it has a lot of things happening in it. But I haven't really wanted to read into too much because I'd love to go into it. But I'm sure you've read some spoilers.
Oh, I know everything.
Okay, you know,
AD the Conqueror.
AD, so do you want to ruin it for everybody, or you?
No,
what part really, are you excited about?
Not really. I don't. There's nothing to ruin. It's basically going to be like the other Ant-Man movies where it's going to be a heist. Kang basically wants Paul Rudd's Ant-Man to steal something back for him. And I think it's just going to... I honestly think people are kind of like looking at this movie to be like a big... one of those Avenger level movies. And I think that's the wrong thing to do. Like, I think just going as an Ant-Man movie, it's going to set up the future. You know, Phase 4 kind of like was the first Phase 4 Marvel that a lot of people have like weird, like it's like they like the things in it, but they have so much, like they put out so much stuff that there was a lot of things that people can say negatively about different projects, or like, you know, some of them didn't end well. There was a lot of that a lot of these shows or movies didn't really end well. You got Multiverse of Madness kind of being like a bit of a letdown when, you know, we got all the hype. Yeah. So I think with this movie, we kind of got to look at it like an Ant-Man movie. We're going to get introduced to Kang, and it's going to set up what's going to come. But I don't think this is going to be like some grandiose movie that's going to, blow our mind.
And I don't want it to be. I really want just a good movie with a good, good time with Kang, because that's going to be, important is how you set him up as a big bad, which again, they've done a great job of peppering him in, but now you're going to see him in action. And I think it's going to be great. I mean, the makeup and the look of him looks great. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, that's a day one for me. I'm definitely going on that one.
Oh yeah,
IMAX theater.
That's probably the next I'm all over that. Go see. I know Llama said he's gonna go IMAX to Magic Mike. I'm probably not gonna do that, but
well, I want to see those crotches right in my face.
I'm sure you do. He's got the 3D glasses, even though he normally hates it, but for this experience, he'll put them right on top of his. No problem.
They say you must experience it that way. That's how Magic Mike must be.
I've never heard anybody say that. Nobody's ever told me that.
No one's told you that?
You're the first one to tell me this.
Okay. Well, trust me when I say it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we did talk a little bit about Creed 3, and Rich has a comment about Creed, which is interesting, right? I mean, Creed's got an issue right now. It says, I like Creed, the Creed movies, but without Stallone, it won't be the same. I think Stallone, I don't know. I love Stallone, and I love Rocky, and I love him in the movies, but I think Creed needs to go out on his own. I think Stallone's, Yeah, Stallone's character, it becomes Star Wars, right? Like it's the same thing, the same, like how, and again, I'm not saying that Stallone's involvement up to this point has been flawless. Like I can't say that it was bad that he was involved in all the movies, but this one looks like a very personal, like backstory. Hey, I'm going back to this guy from the neighborhood. Stallone can't relate at this point, and I think it's just needs to move on without him, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, whether they write him off as a death or he's just not around, I don't know. But
I think, honestly, I think they should have got rid of him in the first movie. Yeah, honestly, like you said, it's a whole different franchise, and I dislike when like studios basically just give you that. Hey, remember this? You remember
Yeah.
this character that you love? Like now he's the mentor, and now you get to watch his journey as a mentor. Like, bro, let it go. I think Creed. I don't know. Like I feel like the Creed series has to end eventually as well. Like I don't think this can be like a Fast and the Furious situation. It's like how many Creeds are we gonna have? You know, Creed 5, Creed 6. Like, do we really need to see that much Creed movies? So I don't know.
I mean, Stallone did it for so long. I mean, it's not bad. But I'm with you. I think Michael B. Jordan is smart enough. Now he's directing this one, so it's going to be interesting to see. But I think Coogler is still involved. I think he's producing it, so he's got help. But from the trailers, from what the story looks like, and especially Jonathan Majors, like this looks like it's going to be really good. And so I'm excited for it. And yes, Stallone's not in it, but you know, sometimes you got to let things go. You know, just like okay, Star Wars without Mark Hamill, without Luke Skywalker, it's okay. You can have Star Wars without them. Same thing with Rocky type movies. You can have it without them, and it's great. There's a legacy there, and you know, and I love the fact that we've got history behind it. But let him do his own thing. I'm okay with it. Rich wants to bring up old wounds here. He says, "But you never liked First Blood." I'm trying to erase that, big Rich.
You'll never live it down.
I will not. I will not. The one movie I shit on, regarded as classic by like millions, and I say I hate that fucking movie. Okay, next one is 65, and that's the one I did a trailer reaction for. That's the time traveling dinosaur movie.
I didn't even hear about it, so yeah, I've never heard about this movie. I don't. I think
I never heard of it either, and I did the trailer reaction because I just happened to see it was there. It looks good, but like it's Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic Park but with time travel. So instead of and it's brilliant by the writers to say, okay, how did I think this is the pitch meeting, right? This is they're in the director's office. They're like, all right, we want dinosaurs in movies. How do we get dinosaurs in movies without calling it Jurassic Park? Well, let's send this guy in the fucking time, and then let's just warp him to the millions of years, and then put him in a dinosaur Earth. And that's exactly
a cool
the
concept,
movie.
but
yeah,
realistically, he would probably die really fast.
Right. Well, but the cool concept is that he has, because he's from the future. He's not from our future. He's from like a distant future where there's, you know, quantum travel and all this stuff is available. He's got this high tech stuff.
So he's Iron Man.
Yeah, kind of like he can
he's
do
Iron
things
Man in Jurassic Park. Is that what you're telling me? Like, I don't want.
I can't hype this movie up. I know nothing. Let's see. We got somebody here in the chat. Cody, I believe this is my buddy Cody. He says, "Yo, what's up?"
Hey, what's up?
Thank you, Cody. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Make sure you get all your friends to join, man. Tell them to come on here. I know you guys have a pack of you guys playing video games right now. All of you guys get on YouTube and either like, subscribe, and comment. I need that, Cody. Do that now.
Cody, you're the one.
You are the one, Cody. That's your name. You're funny, man. Big Red says the Rocky movies kind of reminds me of Forrest Gump. They lose people who they care about. Yeah, I mean, he's lost everybody. Oh, here we go. Cody says, I got you. Okay. I need them all, Cody. I know you got like 16 of you guys playing video games together.
I kind of don't think Forrest Gump's a good movie.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think so.
Oh,
it bores me.
Oh
every time. God, I really don't care about him. Like, he's so good at everything. Like he's such a nice guy. He tries to do right by everything. He runs fast. Like, All right,
Well,
dude. He's a little downsy, but
but
like,
listen,
what are we doing?
AD, I will agree to disagree because, well, you know what? I
Come on, dude.
honestly, okay, the first couple of times I watched the movie, I kind of found those elements to be funny, and I found them to be kind of silly, right? That he experienced all these things, and then as you watch it more and more, because I do love this movie. Um, those parts kind of lose themselves, but the story at its core about him and his mom and him and Jenny still get me every
She's
time.
trifling, bro. She's
I know
trifling.
she is, but and somebody explained this. Somebody much wiser than me, because I was watching some reactions on it, and somebody explained it that you really have to see her as an abused child. Like she's longing for the like a father figure to accept her, and so she goes from man to man, right, to try to get this affection that she never got as a kid. I saw it and I said, you
Every
know what,
girl I
that makes
dated
sense.
has daddy issues, dude. Get over it. She was just rude.
She's not likable. Like
No.
in other watches, she's not likable. But I never lose the connection that her and Forrest have, and it's torture every time. She passes at the end of the movie. So spoiler alert if you never seen Forrest Gump.
I don't think I ever even. He's just
Big Rich said, AD like Forrest Gump. Should I unsub now? You know what, Big Rich? I love Forrest Gump. AD doesn't. Unsub his channel.
This is the Big Llama. Yeah, this is Big Llama show doing sub. But you can definitely go to my channel and you can just watch the video. You don't have to do anything. Actually, just
no, but you know what, AD, like, okay, so being an honest movie critic, being an honest sort of movie lover, I can see your points completely. Like I see what you're saying about some ridiculousness about Forrest Gump, and then even the Jenny character, who I know is kind of unlikable. Yeah. I totally see your points. I feel differently, but I see what you're saying. So it's not like
you've seen my takes in like Back to the Future. You know, I made you look at the movie differently. I think I could do that with Forrest Gump. I think that should be a series on the channel. Can I change Llama's opinion about a movie?
There you go.
Because I think I can. I think I can. I love this movie and be like, this is trash.
I always wonder when I mention the movie, like how you're going to react to it. I'm like, oh man, I wonder if AD likes this thing. And then you tell me right away. So
no, I'm gonna be honest though. I've seen it. To me, it's one of those movies like Scarface, where I've watched it in the most random places. Like I'm pretty sure I watched it at like Bubblegum Shrimp. Like I'm pretty sure I watched it. Like
it's always on there.
Yeah, but I mean, like I was there long enough that I saw most of the movie. Like I remember vividly.
You were waiting for a table?
Yeah, it was in New York City. It was terrible. This is bullshit. I don't even remember the food. At Bubblegum. Ooh, okay, let's go.
So the Scream, which you roasted me for my reaction, but you're excited about this one for sure.
Extremely. They actually dropped a fire teaser poster, and it was basically, I don't know if you've seen it, but I retweeted it, and it was
I did see it.
It was, what do you call it? What's that shit called? The subway, like the subway map in design of Ghostface mask, and I thought that was so genius. Very creative. So that got me even more hyped for the movie, because I was like, that's super creative. Hopefully, that shows what kind of creativity they're putting into the movie, and like Scream or like Ghostface actually being in the city, and like what kind of story they can go behind. And also, it was like I didn't see every name, but I saw a lot of like killers on the name as like stops on the trains. So I thought it was creative. I'm excited for this movie.
I'm excited, but I need to catch up. So that's going to be my I got about a month or so before that I go watch that. So if I catch up, I'm going to go see it in the theaters for sure.
Yeah, but you really only need to watch the latest one.
Okay,
and then unless, I thought it was really good. I actually went and saw it in the theaters, but
I saw Scream
unless
1
you want to
Scream
watch
2,
like,
and that's it.
So you've seen Scream 2? Yeah, I mean, if you really want to go back and watch like the older ones,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure like Hayden Panettiere's character from Scream is coming back, so there's gonna be some continuity. But I think I don't know. It was like the last one was supposed to be like a soft reboot, like same
Yeah.
universe and like there's things that connect to the past. So this one I think is like kind of gonna be like that. Like it's connected to the past, but they'll give you the information you need to know. At least that's how I feel. I could be wrong. They could just be
Oh,
like,
okay.
fuck
No,
you
I
guys,
got you.
figure it out. Watch. You should have seen them all.
Yeah, you should have seen them all, bitches. So okay, so this is an AD first day for you.
Oh,
If I catch
100%.
up on them, if I catch up on them, I'll probably want to because you're very into it, and if you're interested in it, I definitely want to get into it.
Yeah, but
So,
it's not like they're great, like especially like the older ones. They're not like the first one. I think is a really good slasher film. The other ones are kind of just
the
like the
first one,
same
yeah.
thing. They're like the same thing, the same formula. It's like that what we were talking about, like Creed and like those movies where they just keep using the same formula and just busting out movies. So it's like for me, it's more like a cult. There's like a cult classic addiction. So I don't know. You could feel like it's not that good. I'm actually interested to see like other people's
Yeah.
take on it because I'm invested for sure.
No, I'm gonna check it out. So I'll be an outsider on it for sure. So Scream, day one for AD. I'm still
Wait,
on
when
the
is
fence
it?
just because it is March 10th. March 10th.
Oh, damn! Right before I move back, I was gonna say we could go see it together. By the end of the year, we're gonna have a couple movies we probably can see together. No,
Oh
not
yeah, and we're
Magic
gonna
Mike,
do
though.
it. No, not Magic Mike. That's way early in the year. So
Yeah,
you saved
thank
yourself
God.
on that one. All right, let's see. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is expected in 2023, March 17th, and Zachary Levi, Shazam himself. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if he's like playing the role to try to save his job, right? Because of all the changes at DC, but he is kissing some major ass in a lot of his posts. But I enjoyed the first Shazam, but it's just been so long. Like, what was the first one? 2018?
No, I didn't watch it.
2017?
I was
Oh,
not.
you didn't see
Nah,
you didn't see the first one?
no.
The first one was pretty
I
good.
Yeah, that's what I hear, but like it just doesn't intrigue me, to be honest. I don't like the character itself. Like
I'm not a fan of the whole myth and the lore behind Shazam. I think it's kind of cheesy.
yeah.
But it was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. It's a little emotional. This was a couple of years ago, Llama, who wasn't as emotional, and had some emotional touching
I
moments.
think it was always in you, dude.
Yeah, I think so. So again, this movie is not in trouble. They're going to release it, but whether or not Zachary Levi continues to be Shazam in the new DC universe is up for discussion. I don't think anything's been concrete.
The only answer to that is box office.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. That's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
I bet you. I guarantee we find out very quick if it doesn't do as what they want. We're gonna find out the next week. Like, hey, he's not returning.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be like, maybe not. But no, again, supposedly, the word is that it's a pretty good sequel.
And what helps it is like you're taking. I've heard a lot of people say like it's actually a good movie, so that's gonna help it that it has like kind of people liking it already, so they'll most likely watch it again.
The good thing about this one is it separated itself from the Snyderverse, like in the way that it was like the look of the film and the feel of the film. Other than a small cameo at the very, very end, which wasn't even a cameo, it was like a body double stand-in of Superman. That's it. That's the only link you have to the Snyderverse, which you can quickly erase or dismiss as a fun haha moment, because it was a post-credit. But that's the one good thing it did was like it separated itself completely from that look, the style, the feel. It feels like a comic book movie. It's fun. Where Black Adam felt very much like Snyderverse. Like a lot of that felt just like the old Snyderverse, and just because that movie's as old as the Snyderverse itself.
Yeah.
So Shazam: Fury of the Gods should do well. It's not going up against anything heavy, and it should prove to do well, but we'll see. And I forgot, and we're going to talk about it. I guess we'll talk about it right after we look at some of these movies. I was wrong on Avatar, and I sent you that text. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I'll eat my crow later. So I'll admit when I'm wrong. Just before that, fuck you, AD.
I'm good at this.
you are actually pretty good, man. I hate you for it sometimes. I hate you. When I saw that $1 billion quote, I was like, God damn, AD run again. I hate this guy.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm trying to have a lucrative career in this podcasting business. I got to get, you know what I mean? Take a couple tips.
You're good, man. You're good at it, man.
You know what's crazy? I have the raw talent, but you have the work ethic and you have the numbers right now. You're beating me right now, but I'll catch up.
Listen, man. Like I said, just keep proving me wrong like that. That's fucking. I ate that shit, man. I felt it instantly when that
I was surprised because honestly I forgot about it, and then you text me, and then when you said that, I was like, I mean, what can I say? I'm that guy.
Oh man. Let's see. John Wick Chapter 4. 2023 is coming out.
That's another series that I just I think that we talked about it. I just never got into the John Wick series. So I was like, you tell me it's good.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great. Yeah. It does get more ridiculous as each movie comes out. Like,
you kind of have to like expand it a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, it can't be. It doesn't stay the same. Like, it gets more ridiculous. But
I think the concept of like underground hitmen, like a community of them, I think that's kind of fire.
Yeah, and the rules behind it, and the the whole, like, there's a safe house, like and then there's like currency. It's great. Like that is great. But when you get to 50,000 assassins, you're like, what the fuck? Like, but they do some things intentionally where they don't show cops. They don't like this. It's really, really intentional. So I do like it. But the reason I'm excited for John Wick 4 isn't necessarily that Keanu Reeves, but I am a huge Donnie Yen fan, and Donnie Yen is coming back as the bad guy to go against John Wick, and that dude is a certified martial arts master genius. So you're going to get some really good fight sequences. You're going to get better.
You really are huge. What's his name? Donnie Yen?
Donnie Yen, yeah. I watched all the Ip Man. Yeah, I watched Ip Man. He was in Rogue One. I think there was a cop movie that I saw. Like, I've seen a bunch of his movies, and I love Donnie Yen, but that dude is just crazy. Like, he's like, again, like he's like a Jackie Chan, a Bruce Lee. He like each era gets a guy who is that guy, and I think Donnie Yen is that guy, man. Because have you ever seen the Ip Man movies?
No.
No, those are fun, man. Those are a fun watch. But yeah, man, I've always, and that's what I'm excited about. They add him to the mix, and that's going to be, that's only going to give you great, like fight sequences and fight action stuff. Got some ADs in the chat. Make sure you throw those ADs in the chat.
So a formidable foe, basically, for John Wick.
Very formidable, but the only problem is that like they keep. Like, there's always like, okay, so you ever play a video game, and then you get to what they think is shut up. I know you ever play a video game and you go to what you think is the boss level, right? And they're like, shit, there's another boss, and then you go, oh no, and this guy's not the boss. There's one more boss. That's what they've been doing in this. Is like there's like the head of the assassin group, and they're like, which again, I'm not ruining anything. And there's the high table. That's the first. Okay, there's someone at the high table who makes these calls. Then there's in 2 or 3, there's the man who sits above the high table, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, there's someone above the high table, and then now there's the one who guides the guy above the high table, and I think that's Donnie Yen. So I'm like,
this guy's 2 chairs above the other guy that's high on the table.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only annoying thing I don't like about it, but otherwise it's fun. So March 24th, that should be a fun one. I'm definitely going to go see that one in the theaters because I missed the other 3. I honestly only watched the 3 for the channel, so I did miss these in the theater. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This one has a lot of buzz. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. I
always wanted to play it.
I've always wanted to play too. Like I never got into it though.
But I would want.
I never knew how to play. Like
So
how do you
I
start?
had worked. Yeah, I had worked with some kids that they do it like. I guess they've been doing it their whole lives because they're all like grew up around each other. They're like younger, but they would like tell me about it. Like, yeah, we're actually doing a campaign right now. They'll do it online and stuff. And they had like, I talked to one of them, like one of the homies about it, and was just like asking him, like, yo, like how you set it up and all that. I don't really remember now, but like, I think the creativity of like Dungeons and Dragons is pretty cool. So I wonder how it's gonna be because I think it would be funnier if they did it like, I don't know. I don't think they would actually do it like that. But like if they were like playing the game Dungeons and Dragons, almost like what they did with Jumanji, like the most recent one. Like,
Well, apparently it's real. It's they're not playing Dungeons and Dragons. They're the actual characters.
Yeah, that's what.
And so they've got the powers of, you know, each of those characters. There's some Easter eggs already in the trailers that a lot of people who play have been talking about. Like they're really, really excited to see. So look, it looks interesting. I have no interest in Dungeons and Dragons other than I've wanted to always play. I don't know what this movie is going to be about. I don't know anything about the lore. So hopefully they dumb it down for a guy like me, right? Who's never.
I think it's just going to be like base level.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. But Chris Pine, I like Chris Pine and the stuff that he's in, and you know, so like that interests me. I'm still a movie star guy. Like if I see a movie star, I'm like, oh, I like that guy. I'll continue to watch some of those movies, but I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons. So Big Rich is he's never seen Hitman. Oh my god, I think Fearless with Jet Li is better. No, Jet Li is also really, really good. Just I'm on my Donnie Yen shit this year. I don't know. April. The Super Mario Brothers movie. The controversy is still his voice work.
I mean, obviously, they're going to complain about that the whole time. But at this point, you don't get Chris Pratt to change his voice. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to Sonic it. But I don't know. Like, I'm excited because the inner child is excited that like the art style, it looks like the video game, so it's gonna feel like the video games as opposed to like if they did a live action. You know, like Sonic doesn't feel like the Sonic video games at this point. And, you know, but this like feels like we're watching cutscenes from the video game. You know, obviously with higher, with the higher budget. But I think it's gonna be a sleeper movie, even though personally, like. I'm gonna watch it, and I'll probably watch it in theaters, but I'm not like super keen on it right now. But I do think it's gonna perform well.
Yeah, it should do really, really well. So I'm excited for this one too. So Super Mario Bros. We've talked about it on the channel, so we're not.
Yeah, I'm interested to see because 100% it's gonna do well, and there's gonna be a sequel. I'm interested to see like how far in the lore they go, because that's what we've never really seen ever. Whether it be live action or any kind of like Mario thing is like on screen, lore. Like this is how the world is. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, no, I want to see how far they go with it. Maybe there's some backstory, some origins that they'll uncover.
Like even like Easter eggs to like the game, like doing like secret missions or whatever. Mario is always known for that. Like just random things you could be doing.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great if they pixelate them and make them old Mario. That'd be fucking awesome. So again, Super Mario Brothers. I'm gonna go see it. Obviously, it's gonna be a good one. But the jury's still out on this one, so we'll see. A lot of controversy on the. Let's see. There's one here that there's no picture. Was Evil Dead Rise? No, not that interesting. No. It says here originally slated to be an HBO. Yeah, it says originally slated to be an HBO Max release in the fall of 2020. It's the 5th film in the Evil Dead franchise, now headed to theaters. That's never a good sign. It was originally slated for.
Well, I mean, I think that might be because it's decent. It was supposed to be only an HBO Max thing, and they're gonna put it to theaters, so they obviously think it can make money. I'm not gonna be giving them my money, but we'll see.
No,
we'll keep it on. I'm interested. I'm interested to see that though, because have we ever really seen something that was slated for like Netflix and then went to the theater, or was it like?
I've seen stuff that it was released on stream and then released in theaters, but because of demand, right? Like not because that's the original plan. So I don't know if this has happened before, but I mean, with COVID, there was a bunch of that stuff, but this is different. This is way different. Yeah. All right. So May, the big one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We've talked about it on the show.
Yeah. Is this the first one we're going to see together?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. If you're in town, I'm buying you a ticket. We're just going. I'll pick you up. We'll just go. you become an extended Llama family member. Yeah. I got you, man.
Call my AD Llama.
So this is going to be good. We predict, and other people have predicted there's going to be deaths of Guardians. And I think this incarnation of Guardians will no longer be. It will be something new by the end of the movie for sure.
We definitely go into detail.
Yeah, I think they hinted in part 2 that there could be other Guardians of the Galaxy. Like there was the other Ravagers, Sylvester Stallone and that whole crew. There was a whole crew of them. So they can go a million different ways with this one. So I'm definitely interested in that one for sure. Let's see what else. Oh, here we are. Fast X or Fast 10. Will they go into hyperspace?
I don't know, dude. They got my money.
I still haven't seen Fast 9, to be honest. I still
I'm going to the theater for this one.
I have not brought myself to watch Fast 9. And so
it's like I want them to stop making it, but like I'm always gonna try to see them. Like I'll watch it, but please stop. We need you to stop.
Justin Lin, just stop. Yeah. Let them get older. Let them do something else and bring back the cars.
Don't bring anybody. If you're gonna do it again, I really think if they want to keep doing Fast and Furious, you need to create it. But like obviously the time is a little bit closer, but I think you need to restart with new characters. I don't think you'd bring any of these guys back. Do what you try to do with Tokyo Drift, but now learning from because again, check out me and his conversation on Tokyo Drift on the Be Kind Rewind podcast. But I love that movie, and I think that was a good formula for like them because it was straight street racing. It was still about racing itself. The cars were like the main characters, and then you had decent story. Like you could learn from you could get better story out of a street culture of racing. But I think that's what they need to do. They need to go back to actual street racing and have the street racing culture be prevalent in Fast and the Furious because that's what people fell in love with. It's like, yeah, you can make movies because it's an action piece, but these movies got no more soul in it,
No, they lost. And you know what? With the death of what's his name? God, what's his name? His name is escaping me. Paul Walker. Sorry. The death of Paul Walker, you lost a lot. You lost a lot of the heart and some of the more grounded moments. And with Vin Diesel at the helm, it's a Vin Diesel movie. It's a Triple X, another one of those.
Fast X.
So Fast, there you go, Fast X.
This is the 4th X.
This is it. But no, again, I'm not excited for it just yet, and at some point I'm going to watch Fast 9. I just haven't brought myself around to doing it. Yeah, it's been free on every service that I have, so I still haven't watched it. So that tells you something.
I mean, that could be a movie review.
Yeah, I'll try Fast 9. But if I shit all over it, I'm going to get lots of hate.
Maybe not. I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
People like it, I guess. Oh, yeah. I know what's coming up.
Oh, you know what's next. The most controversial movie ever. Disney's Little Mermaid, the 2023 release. Not Halle Berry, but Haley Bailey. Somebody said, one of our kids said Halle Berry, and we're like, Halle Berry's in the Little Mermaid? No, we screwed up the name. Here's my problem, right? I don't have a problem with this. I think this is going to be great. I'm going to watch it. My problem is, keep the iconic shit in there. Like The Lion King pissed me off because there was 2 songs that it didn't do. Hey, listen, man, I love The Lion King. So when I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I'm okay if I would have been okay if they just used the original voices and did them in CGI, like the whole CGI. Like I would have been happy with it. But they missed 2 or 3 songs, and I was like, damn, that takes away from it. So in this one, I'm hoping the same thing happens. Like they don't take away the songs, keep the songs all original. I don't care if the new people sing them, that's fine. But they've got a stacked cast though. Like you've got some heavy hitters on there. So I think it's gonna be good. But everyone's flipping out that it's a black mermaid. And I'm like, dude, mermaid is a fictional character. What's that?
Flipping out. Yeah. But I don't care. I mean,
you don't care about this movie either way. Like,
at all.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, AD is there every man. He's like, I don't give a fuck what this movie is. I'm not gonna go see it.
I'm not watching
this. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I am definitely taking the family. You're gonna be in town if you want to go with us.
I'm not going. Save your money. We say, hey, don't go see this. I'm kidding. Don't do it. Views and opinions
expressed are those of AD himself. No, so I'm excited. It looks pretty good. Just keep the iconic
all these remakes are not good. It's just like every remake. Aladdin's not good. Lion King's not good.
Not. No, they were fun. Like Beauty and the Beast was fun. That was fun, and it was good. I thought it was pretty good. But again, you have storytelling issues. Like you have issues when it's a cartoon to live action. There's just things
they're like
can't do.
I think they're doing it too closely to the original. It's like you lose. It's like a lose really, because you either do it by the book with no creativity and you're just recreating the movie. You put some creativity and you take 2 songs out, and then you got this guy named Llama talking about they should have had 2 more songs. Like, so it's like you lose. Like,
well, and that's the thing. If you presented it as a completely different movie, like that'd be different. But when you like take beat for beat, like the first 20 minutes of The Lion King, like if you put them side by side, they were exactly the same. And so now you're expecting it. Now I'm like, at 20 minutes in, I was a little pissed. I was like, oh, they're just doing the same movie. Okay, I like a couple songs coming up. Didn't do the songs already. You guys, they set me up. But yeah, do something different if you're going to do something different. You know what I mean?
But I think I don't know. Have you ever heard of the show called Beastly?
No.
All right. I don't know how big the show was, but I've watched it multiple times. It was in the same era of me watching Vampire Diaries. But it's Beauty and the Beast, just a different way of telling the story. And it's basically like a cop who's the girl and then some guy who's the beast, and they have like a whole lore behind it. But they took the story concept and just did something different with it. And I honestly enjoyed the show. I watched it in full 2 times. So I really enjoyed the show. I thought the concept, I was like, oh yeah, like you take the bones of Beauty and the Beast and then you come up with your own lore, even though at the end it kind of got a little wonky. But I don't think doing the remake, like the scene for scene remake live action, really adds anything to them. And they're just trying to do it for a younger cast, and like it's a commodity that people love. I mean, anything Disney. We live in Florida. Well, from Florida, like we know how much people love Disney over there. Like it's like a cult. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good though.
Yeah, no, like what I'm saying, like you got to come up with original storytelling with them. If you can use the characters, fine. You can use the lore, but do something original with
it. But then it's like, do you think they're scared to take the chance because of the new lore and how they change it sucks? Then people are just like, why don't you give us the shot for shot?
All right, so the issue is that it worked. So when they did Jungle Book, when they did The Lion King, yes, they weren't like critically, like raved about. Like some of them got some bad reviews, but people went in droves to see these movies. Like Beauty and the Beast was almost $1 billion movie. And so when you have the franchise, or when you have them doing this and people paying money, stepping up, they're going to keep doing it. Like keep printing the money. Like that's all they're doing. So they're going to take every single cartoon until the thing flops completely and live action it. They did it with Pinocchio, which flopped. It sucked. They did it with again the Jungle Book, with Lion King, Aladdin. But people went to see those movies and they spent a lot of money. So, you know, as long as people have kids, they're going to take them to these movies.
Yeah, I guess you can't really lose. But
no, that's what I'm saying. Like until it's the same thing with Marvel, right? Like people are like, well, when's Marvel going to end? It'll end when people stop going to go see them. But until that time, they're going to keep putting out whatever they want to put out.
I think it's just different. Like at least Marvel gives you the different stories, and there's so many characters. You know, like that's the thing. It's like I don't know. I feel like we're talking about this too long. But like the Lion King 2 or like what is it? Lion King 1 3/4, whatever that one was. Like those movies weren't like regarded as high as like the OG Lion King. So I feel like there's a reason they keep going back to the stories. They're almost not confident in doing anything else other than the original thing, because at least the name's gonna get people in the theaters. You know.
Well, during the VHS and DVD era, they had a bunch of direct to DVD and direct to VHS movies.
My sister had every second, like Cinderella 2 and like Cinderella 3, like all the extra ones. I'm like, even back then I was like, why are they doing this? Like these aren't good.
Yeah.
The first one's good. These aren't.
But the kids were buying them, and that's the big thing. So, all right, let's move on.
I'm glad they didn't give us Aladdin too.
Oh my God! Oh, thank God. But we can't get a Power Rangers too. Like, come on,
please,
man.
bro, don't get me started on that.
That hurts my heart because I loved that latest installment of Power Rangers.
I did too.
I was just like, I thought it was great. I
don't think it was great. No, you trip. I think you know what it is.
Like, it was fun.
I felt like it was like, I felt like it felt like an episode of the show, but there was like tweaks. I think in the second movie they could have fixed on, and I mean they teased the Green Ranger, and we never even got that payoff. I agree with you. I think we should have got that. Yeah,
before anything else.
This is another highly anticipated movie.
Yep, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We've talked about this one too. This one's got a lot riding on it, and looks like it's going to be fun. I think we've talked about a lot on the show, but yeah, this is a day one for me. I'm going to be there for sure. I'm not going to miss this one. Premium format, the biggest screen, whatever. I'm going. And then, so if you're still going to movies with me at that point, depending on if Mama Llama wants to go, we're either going to IMAX or we're going to the Dolby Theater. We're going to one of the two.
Listen, maybe we might have to do the Real Reject style out of the theater reaction. Like we should. We might have to start doing that. Honestly, if you on this slate, there's about 4 or 5 movies that I will see in theaters.
Yeah,
there's a couple I like. If I want to go, I'd probably like. To be fair, like even like the Evil Dead, like if I'm bored enough, I'll go to the theaters at any point. Whatever's out. But
we could go and do an out of the theater reaction. Me and you, a 5-minute. Hey, what's our thoughts on this movie? Quick.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
2023, man. We're gonna be in studio. That's That's what I mean. I'm sorry to get off a tangent. We'll talk about it later.
No, that's fine. No, let's go. Studio on location. We're gonna be doing it all.
Yeah, so. I'm excited, man. Big things coming for the channel.
So we're in June. We got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We've talked about it. It's going to be a highly anticipated movie for us.
Good cast. We talked about this one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching it in theaters.
I'm probably going to watch it in theaters. I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen the other two though. I haven't in the theaters. I had I can't believe there's 5 of them. I can't believe there's 5 of them.
Yeah, so. I'm excited because I've always enjoyed the Beast like Transformers. I've always enjoyed, like growing up. I always thought they were the coolest ones. Maybe because like my love for Power Rangers, and you would see like, the animals turn into the robots. But I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty good. I mean, the trailer was pretty good. Just we'll see. We'll see. What
I like how we had a 15-minute conversation about freaking Little Mermaid. But Transformers were like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's all right. It's gonna be all right.
Whatever, dude.
You had some strong feelings about the Little Mermaid. That's why. Let's shout out Big Poppy Angie here. Yo, happy New Year. Sorry, guys, I'm late. Can't wait to keep growing the Blackout crew. Love the new overlay. I wonder who made that.
Let's go.
Thank you, Big Poppy producer Angie,
Yep, yes, sir.
for the new overlay. And I think he's working on a new entrance song or title sequence for us. So he's working on that for us right now. And it's gonna be a weird.
My man's been streaming I've seen him like 3-4 times a week. I see it.
He's getting his numbers up, so that's
he
good.
only streams for like an hour. So every time I try to pop in, I'm like, he's done already. I'm like, all right.
So I was gonna say,
but hey, he's starting.
No, that's good. Big Poppy, this is a weird request. Can you go to the stove and turn off the stove? Go do that right now, please. If there's something cooking on the stove, turn it off right now. I'm not even fucking kidding. It's not kidding for the show. Go to the stove.
He's a guy.
I just want to make sure because it's like, could be like a code or some shit. No, go turn that shit off. Something's burning. Anyway. Okay, The Flash. We talked about The Flash. No, well, it doesn't have a preview. That's one.
Let's be real.
Yeah, no, I mean, come on. We have to see how it all ends. We have to see how it all ends and what they're going to do. They still have Michael Keaton as being in the movie. Oh my god,
this is gonna be the performance of a lifetime. It's gonna be, bro. Think about like how much backlash they call him was like or I don't know. Excuse me. I see people like change Ezra's pronouns and I'm whatever. Anyways,
okay.
Like if they if Ezra like has a performance that is this good that they're releasing a movie no matter all the controversy, like I wonder what it's gonna be like in like the court of public opinion. Like shitty person, great acting ability. Like
it's gonna be funny that not funny, but like you're gonna find people that are gonna love this movie, but they're gonna have a hard time separating Ezra's shortcomings to his performance. Like,
but it's also like me and you are like nerdy when it comes to like news like this. Like I know our feeds get hit with all the same like content creators that do movies, so like we're in the loop. But like I wonder how like prevalent, even though I'm sure the story is pretty big, he's kind of well known, so it's like I'm sure it's a massive story, but like how many people really are that up to date with what happened, and like will it even sway? Like I think that's what they're banking on. Like maybe people really don't care.
He's been out of the news cycle. If they can keep him out of the news cycle, right, up until the release, not that people will forget what he did or what he's done or whatever, but they're going to stop thinking about it and they're going to go see the movie, and then they'll be sheepish. Like there's going to be reviewers and reactors that aren't going to know how to fucking react. They're going to be like, Ezra, like, fuck it. Did he do a good job or not? Was the movie good or not? Like the fact that the studio is deciding to go forward with it, that's on the studio. The studio's got to answer for that. But for me,
like I feel like, because we're obviously going to give our thoughts on it. Like I don't think we're even going to have the other stuff in our mind when we're talking about the film itself. Is like I think just knowing who we are as like a personality, quote unquote, like I think we're going to be very fair to the movie itself, give it its credit. If it's good, if it's bad, we'll say it's bad, but it's not going to have anything to do with that. I'm just curious to see like outside perspective, like how much of that bad stuff like affects maybe like a Real Rejects review, even though I personally think they're pretty solid as well. Like they're going to give it, this is the movie. Outside stuff, cool. This is the movie, though, So I'm just curious. I only threw their name out there just as an example, but like it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see like people's reactions to it, and if it's just a bias.
Well, they merged with I think they're doing like a entertainment group type thing. So they've got like players underneath them, and they have these new contracts and things with other. So I think I've seen them already stammering around from being what they used to be. And so they're going to have a hard time with this, even though they strictly stick to the meat, right? Like the acting of it and the stories and stuff. Yeah. It's going to be tough. This Ezra coverage is going to be tough. And so, but you know what? Like for me, I can separate the actor, you know, like Kevin Spacey, right? That's a name you don't say anymore, right? Because you know he's canceled, whatever. But Kevin Spacey, the actor, was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Now the guy's a piece of shit, like, or you know, whatever he's accused of and all that shit. That's fine. But the actor and the performances he's put on screen, guy's fucking amazing. But again, I'm not going to sit there and tell you like go see a Kevin Spacey movie.
But
again,
yeah.
if you ask me about the movie, I'll tell you the movie was great, right? Like in whatever. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's weird. It's a weird situation because it's not like, to me, it's extreme, but it's not as extreme as like you said, Kevin Spacey, or like even like R. Kelly,
Yeah.
you know, situation
Oh, yeah.
like that. But I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see what. Obviously, the movie's good. Like, I think that's something we can pretty much bet on at this point. Like, the movie's gonna be good. Just how
Because
good
if if it was shit, what's his name? No, God, names are escaping me today. the new guy, the new head of James Gunn. Gunn would have axed it. If it was shit, he would have axed it already, and we would have heard
but
about it.
do you think that's a good point? But do you think he was already too late in the process? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've made these decisions beforehand.
You know, maybe it's out of his, but I think he can put some spins on it and do some stuff.
I'm sure they were probably like, "Yo, everything after this is yours," but we're really
don't touch this. This Flash has to go. But again, he can do some creative things on it for sure.
We talked about this one as well.
Jay Birdie says, "I've been here the whole time, but let's go.
Let's go Steelers." What up, Bird?
Jeez. What else up, Bird? All right, Indiana Jones. We said, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Give it up.
I'm not that
same concept. Give it up.
Yep. Give it up. Now, I'm intrigued on this one, Mission Impossible. I don't like that it's a part one. You know, part one of a 2-part series, but you know, I was intrigued.
I think it'll do good just because the success of Top Gun.
Yeah, he and definitely the movies are good. The movies are solid, man. Like the last 3 have been really, really solid movies, and just the fact that it's a 2-parter, I can't get behind that stuff. I'm like, but anyway, you got Esai Morales, who's one of my favorite Hispanic actors of all time. So I'm definitely gonna go see that just for that. But Tom Cruise is a good movie, man. We'll see what happens. Oppenheimer. It's Christopher Nolan. I hope Birdie's chime in. Yeah, I'm the same way, Birdie. Sorry. Birdie says he's a huge Simon Pegg fan. So am I. I love Simon Pegg, and he's in Mission Impossible. Oppenheimer is one of those like you know, not documentary, but like real life movies about a real subject, the father of the atomic bomb. People are buzzing about it because it's one of those movies that people talk about. Robert Downey Jr.'s in it, Matt Damon. He's got a stacked cast, but the story I'm not that intrigued about. And I like Christopher Nolan movies, but I'm not like, oh my God, it's Christopher Nolan. I got to go see that movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That makes sense. Like, I mean, some people do that. They go, oh, it's Christopher Nolan film. We got to go see that. And again, I love Christopher Nolan stuff, but he's not one of those guys I'm like, I must see it. You know, it's like the story is going to make sense to me. But okay, Oppenheimer. The Marvels, that drops July 28th, according to the current slate.
Okay.
And that's Brie Larson. You got Iman, who
Why'd you say it like
Miss
that
Marvel.
this time? You didn't say that for any other movies. You got inside information?
On what?
You said the date, and then you said that's as of now.
because the movies have changed dates like 3 or 4 times now. But the Marvel calendar has been cut and redone a couple of times. So for now, that's the current slate. And assuming there's no other changes, that should be it. But it was supposed to be released, I think, earlier than this. So, so it looks like, you know,
about it so far.
If you can get past Brie Larson, I know she's polarizing to some people. Some people don't like her, but I think she's fine as an actress, and I have no issues with her. And that's the thing. Like, I don't really pay attention to a lot of what they do outside of the movie. Like, if it's a good performance, good actress, that's fine. Do I care who they're dating or what they're doing in real life. I really don't care sometimes. Like I really don't, unless it's like someone I'm really a fan of. But Brie Larson is one of those those actresses that she's been on the red carpet saying things like, "I'll be there until they hate me," or if they hate me, then I'll leave, that type of stuff. And I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, just enjoy the moment. I don't know. But again, I'm not in that. I'm not in that life, so Why are you laughing at me, man?
You just had a llama rant. I got lost for a little. I was like, what is he talking about? Oh, okay.
The Marvels.
Yeah.
They won for you? They won for you?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay. I mean, it's
I
Marvel.
didn't see. Now, I got to admit, I don't think I've seen Captain Marvel.
I don't
remember it. Like, I might have seen it, but I saw it in
theaters.
A flash in the pan.
I saw it in theaters. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was okay. Like, but people were like panning it because they didn't like her. It's not the
same
best
thing we
movie.
were talking about with the Flash, though. Like,
yeah. It's just not a perfect movie. Like, there's issues with the movie, but it was a fun movie and it was interesting.
Yeah.
And it was fun and a lot of references to things, sort of like ties the bow and a lot of different like why does Nick Fury have an eye patch? That it gets explained. But little things like that, and it was just a fun movie, but it wasn't as bad as people said it was. Like a couple of people I've seen do reactions to it. Some younger folks who are just now getting into Marvel watched it, and all of them said the same thing. That like they don't understand where all the hate came from. They thought it was a good movie. So like, and that's like at least 6 or 7 reactors I watched that did that reaction. I'm like, okay. So I'm not in the minority here. Just like people were just up in arms for her. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one it says here is
I think it's
Roosevelt.
I think it's just gonna move the story forward.
The Marvels? Yeah.
What's this one? Roosevelt?
Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese and Leo DiCaprio. Let's see here. The Legacy of the 32nd President.
Never heard of him.
No. Never heard of the president?
I'm more excited for the Barbie movie than that.
Oh God, I don't even know what it's about. And it looked interesting. It looks, so far the buzz is good. We have a Barbie movie and you have people buzzing about it. That's a good sign.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But the trailer was kind of like lackluster, though. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't give anything away, but it didn't tell you anything either. It was like, is it gonna? No. I don't know. It was like the land before time. There's always been a doll, and then it's like, so we're gonna go in the history of dolls. But Birdie, before we move on, Birdie said Marty's Roosevelt will be iconic. He thinks. I think Bird has good takes, so I trust him on that.
Yeah, no, I trust Birdie's takes, and I think that again, I haven't seen much about it. Was to see a couple of previews on it. Like I'll read more about it, but haven't really seen. But yeah, I agree with that. And then Birdie says, "My Roosevelt will always be Robin Williams." Obviously, Night at the Museum.
Yeah, that's a good
one of the best Roosevelt depictions.
That's hilarious.
I love Night at the Museum. I love those movies.
They're actually pretty good.
They're actually pretty good. Yeah. So Barbie,
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but
I'm gonna get it on the illegal stream somehow because
I'm going to the theater.
Myself.
I'll go to the theater for sure. I don't know.
August Blue Beetle.
Yep, I'm excited. I want to see more on it though. I haven't heard any leaks or anything. But to be fair, I had to search for it.
And then here again, the note here says originally conceived as a film specifically for HBO Max streaming platform. Eventually found its way to a theatrical release when Warner Brothers changed their minds about the film. Okay. Will be helmed by Angel Manuel Soto. All right. Starring, what's his name? How do you say his name, man? I don't even know.
I can't read it, dude.
No, Yolo? I'm Spanish. I can't even read it. Anyway, I'm excited for that one. I want to see more. Right?
I'm excited. I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm kind of excited to see what the story is. Blue Beetle's like an interesting character in the comics itself. So, and then like we always talk about representation, big.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I can't wait. Birdie with his Night at the Museum reference. One gum gum dum dum. Oh my God. September we got The Nun 2.
No.
Nope.
Well, I'm gonna be terrified.
Yeah, I need to watch The Nun, the first one. An untitled Quiet Place spinoff, so that's still in the works.
A Quieter Place.
And even more.
Isn't that the second one? I'm pretty sure this is the second one.
No, I think the first one is A Quiet Place. Second one is A Quiet Place 2. So this is a spinoff of The Quiet Place.
It's gonna be a semi-silent place.
The Quieter Place. October, Craven the Hunter.
Okay.
Starring Aaron Taylor Johnson.
From what I've heard about it, I don't know. I think personally, this might be a kind of early take because I haven't seen anything on it. So when we start seeing trailers and stuff, I might have to recant this, but I think it's going to be another Morbius situation.
Oh, okay.
I mean, depending how you look at Morbius, kind of a success since they brought it back to theaters, but also not really.
I haven't watched Morbius yet. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to do it for the channel.
Good luck.
I'm going to do it for the channel for sure. You know what? You know me, man. I might have to shit on it. I don't know. Let's see. The Exorcist is being redone. That's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. But stars Leslie Odom Jr. from Hamilton. So excited on that front.
It's going to be
the movie
musical.
I guess Lin-Manuel Miranda's doing the musical score. And the movie I'm not looking forward to because I still have not seen Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2. I just can't get into the movie. I don't know. I've never seen it.
It didn't even do good, did it?
I don't think it did as well as it should have. You know, the way that
I think also the time. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I see
Birdie asked. Yeah,
that's a good question.
Birdie asked the question: do we really need a new Exorcist? And that's true.
I don't think so.
Need one.
I don't think so.
So yeah, Dune. I've yet to see the first one. I am not that. Again, the first Dune. I tried to watch the 6-hour whatever original 80s movie, and I just couldn't. I couldn't stomach it. I watched 20-30 minutes of it, and I was just like bored to tears. And so I was like, I wanted to see this one. I'm just not that interested. You know, it may be the most magnificent movie ever, but I don't know.
But it's not. We would have been forced to watch it. You know what I mean? Like if a movie's that good, I think speaking for myself at least, I know if a movie's like creating a lot of buzz, I'll tend to watch it because I'm like, I want to be doing this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not excited. No, not another one, dude.
Oh, the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, it sounds like the Witch in the Wardrobe energy to me.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Come on, man. There's only so many of these, young adult novels.
Yo, think about this. Think about this. Well, I mean, if they have that many books, it makes sense as to why. But this list, there was like 6 movies that are just older properties that they just keep making movies on. Fast and Furious, this movie, Creed, all these movies, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, these are all old movies. Give it up. Where's the new creativity, man?
Right. No, they're 20-plus-year-old franchises.
Don't diss Narnia.
Jay Birdie.
I wasn't dissing. I was just saying. The name gave me those vibes.
Yeah, let's see. There's a Wonka movie coming out in December.
Yeah, and another one added to the list. I'm not excited.
The Color Purple, a remake.
Oh my God, another one added to the list.
Exactly. And then there's an untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel.
Number 4. Bro, every movie we just named after I said that comment is a remake of something else.
Right. Or a property that's 20+ years old at minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is finally going to come out at the end of the year, Christmas time next year. And shit.
Like a movie like this, I think Flash will perform well, But Aquaman might just be like, doesn't really matter. Like,
that one's going straight to HBO Max. Same day. Let's see. Birdie has a comment about the couple purple. Yeah. I mean, look, it's got a good cast. We'll see.
wait, her like
the
singer?
Nightingale.
I love her.
Yeah.
I enjoy her.
The Nightingale. Don't know anything about that.
She's 80. Did you know that?
Here we go again. A movie that came out in 2001, and now they're making part 3. Legally Blonde 3.
This list is losing me.
The list. I think this is it. This is the end of the list. Yeah, that's it.
Bro, the last 7 movies are old properties. No new ideas in this.
Nothing new. It's crazy.
But then again, it's a list of like the big movies. So there's probably other movies that, to be fair, or probably didn't make the list that will be coming out throughout the year.
Oh yeah.
So to be fair,
Rotten Tomatoes. This is Rotten Tomatoes opinion.
To not be fair, that list is the end of that list is ass.
It's totally ass.
That's what like. So, all right. Let me ask you, what are your top 3 properties from that list you're excited the most about?
Ant-Man, Creed, and believe it or not, I want to see the Flashpoint. I'm so I said Flashpoint. I don't want to get flashed. Flashpoint.
You don't want to get flashed by a point. I got you.
No, those are the big 3, honestly, that I'm interested in seeing. There's more on that list, obviously, but those are the 3. And they're early in the year. I'm intrigued by the Wonka movie only because it's an origin story of Willy Wonka. But you're right; it's still an old property that they're just kind of rehashing the story. So, what about you? What's in that top 3 for you?
I mean, it would be the same, honestly, but I think I'm gonna go crazy. Barbie, number 1.
Oh,
I'm interested to see what they actually do with the Barbie movie. Like, how do they make? I'm interested to see. Number 2 will probably be Flash, just because of all the hype around it, and then number 3, I think Creed's trailer actually like got me like invested in it. Like, I'd like to honestly like teared up in like the second one, I believe, and then the first one as well. Like, the Creed movies actually got me invested in the character of Creed, and I was like, at first I thought it was the same thing, gimmick, but
yeah,
to be honest, that's probably like my most anticipated. Barbie's obviously a troll. It's definitely Ant-Man, but it's if I had to really, it's Ant-Man, Creed, and Flash, same thing. Yeah, I think those are going to be the biggest movies for us, especially channel wise. Like, of content we could talk about, those would be 3 movies that I know we would get good content out of. Oh,
for sure. I mean, you got the Marvels, you got a couple other things that are happening, but like those are the 3 I'm really looking forward to. And there's a lot of trash on this list. A lot of trash. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with those titles sometimes, because a couple of them were untitled, whatever, and that means that they're still in production, and that could change based on, different factors. So we'll see what the slate looks like in 2023 once they clean that stuff up. But looks like the main things through summer are pretty much confirmed. Let's see. Bertie is asking, do I watch Tulsa King? No, it's on my list of shows, though. That's Sylvester Stallone as a gangster. It's like The Sopranos, right? Like, that's what I heard. Not quite the Sopranos. That's all right, man. That's all right. You went through a lot.
I watched the whole first 5 seasons like within 2 months, probably.
Yeah, exactly. You did its proper binging.
I gotta finish it though, but I just been like, honestly, I want to start Teen Wolf or Vampire Diaries again. I've been really looking forward to that. Teen Wolf, because Teen Wolf the movie is coming out.
So you want to revisit those? Yeah.
There's a lot of good shows as well coming out this year. Maybe we could break down another time, but definitely some good shows coming out.
No, for sure. So Birdie says it's pretty good. You all right, man? Don't get teared up. It's all right. It's a Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I brought a Vampire Diaries immediately. It's a chord.
The memories. All right, man. Well, listen, man. I think we've had a good night, man. This is we went through that list and had a lot of interaction. What are you doing after this, man? What's on your agenda the rest of this week?
School, man.
Just
2 more
school.
months. 2 more months, bro. That I told myself I need to lock in, like with everything.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier on, New Year, you kind of like get those vibes of like just thinking about what you could be better in. There was my streaming. The time I was streaming and actually working out, like really like leveled me up in a lot of ways, and I kind of regressed from that. In the last couple months, I've been taking a break from streaming, not really building Blackout the way that I started the year out.
Yeah.
Attacking Blackout. So I'm thinking the same thing. Like I got to get back on what was working for me. And once
Well,
school's
I
done,
think
it'll be easier to lock in on
yeah. I
content.
mean, school work and then streaming is like I'm sure it's and it's a lot. So and then you've got to move back to Florida at some point. So like
Yeah.
that's you got a
My
lot of
stream
things on your
time
plate.
became like hanging out with my friends because off screen, because like
Yeah.
I was doing a bunch of stuff, school and work, and I'm like, bro, I just want to hang out and talk shit with the homies, uncensored, like let us. But
Yeah.
I mean, once I'm back on the grind, man, we've seen what I could do with some time, and without school, like I learned a lot, and I think bringing it to actual, I don't know, like I said earlier, with me moving back to Florida and like the possibility of content we can make in person and actually advance our
Yeah.
goals. Like, I was telling you about a business I want to start to like supplement my 9 to 5. And like, I really want to take, everything we've been building and move it forward this year. At least
No,
that's
for
the goal.
sure. For sure. So same here, man. So I think we've got the same goals. Listen, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. 2023 is a new year. Want to start it off on the right foot. Let us know what your goals are. Let us know what you guys want to do or are going to be doing this year. If you got suggestions for the show, for the channel, let us know in the comments, man. We appreciate everybody who joins us every single week. So, guys, hope you guys like the new layout. Hopefully next week we'll probably have a new intro. Again, Big Poppy Angie, our producer extraordinaire, is working on that behind the scenes. It's again, I feel good, man. I feel good about it, and I'm loving how the channel's going. Another great show tonight, man. AD, thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. Let's go down the roster here. We got Jay Birdie was in the house, Big Poppy, Big Rich, Cody left and didn't come back with his friends, but that's okay. Gabe,
No, he did.
They were all there, right?
Yeah, my views on the Twitch, it went up from like 1 to like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. So they were on. Okay, they were on the Twitch. Okay. Big Rich, Gabe was there. Ace was in the building. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Listen, man, a lot of people going back to work. It's the end of their winter break. So if you're going back to work tomorrow, sucks for you. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. So guys, thank you so much. Join us next weekend, next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Almost forgot the fucking time. Join us next weekend, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Big Llama Show. He's my co-host, Blackout AD. I'm the Big Llama. Join us this week. And guys, look out for Shaolin Soccer first-time movie review coming at you this week. And, hopefully have a Be Kind Rewind, either Aladdin or Lion King. And we're going to be working on Godfather 2 at some point. So Birdie, hit me up, man. We'll talk about it. So Birdie says he's not ready for this episode to end.
Because he came in late, dude.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm the Big Llama. He's AD. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next week. Later.